Good day, friends. It's a beautiful sunny day. We're in March, year of our Lord 2019, and I have a fabulous guitar in today, and it is, without further ado, I'll show you. Les Paul, but it is not a Gibson. It is an Epiphone, but it's not any standard Epiphone. This is a 2016 Epiphone 100th anniversary model. Fantastic guitar. Got all manner of goodies on it. It does have Pro Booker pickups, 24 karat gold plated hardware apparently, push pull on the Pro Booker, the core split on the Pro Bookers there, great inlays, pearloid, ivory, pearloid, whatever. Supposed to have some kind of zirconium or whatever dot on the Epiphone logo there. 650 quid these. So why does it come in? Well, it needs a setup. Don't think it's a red one proper. Needs a setup. Also, the three-way toggle is not working properly, so I'm going to replace it. I've gone and bought some from Northwest Guitars. I don't know if they're any good or what. I think they're supposed to be Alpha brand, decent brand. £7.50 each these. So I'm going to stick one of them in. We're going to check all the electrics. Gold plated. Why is it all tarnished? It was gold plated. Let's go and look at that. Let me get my iPad. Bear with me while I search this on the internet there. Now then, I've done that wrong. Just go and have a look online. Epiphone LP 100th. So I'll look at that again because I've typed that in wrong. Nearly swore there. Did you hear that? Here you go. Epiphone Les Paul 100th anniversary, 649 quid. See if we can find out about it. Here you go. Look at all the bump. Here's all the bump. Here it all is. We're here. I have to read you this rubbish. Les Paul custom 100th anniversary outfit. Stunning, one of a kind Les Paul with custom appointments and Epiphone Pro Booker pickups. I had some Epiphone Pro Booker pickups. I sold them for about 50 quid. Probably should have sold them for about 150. Anyway. Says here features blah 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 with 24k gold plated hardware, Pro Booker pickups with coil splitting and more. You can read that yourself. You get it? The roots of a Les Paul begin at Epiphone. Les Paul in the house of rather. Okay, let's just read the crap. 100th anniversary outfit, stunning one of a kind Les Paul. Combines Les's favourite Les Paul features: a dazzling 24k gold plated hardware that's tarnished. Just saying. Abalone and pearloid inlay, a vintage Epiphone logo with a zirconium gemstone, plus acclaimed Pro Booker pickups with coil splitting. 100th anniversary hard shell case, that's right. Vintage style strap, not seen that. Commemorative picks and more. Okay. Back of headstock, the legacy of Les Paul, 1915-2015. Well, it's dead, so it's not 100, is it? I'm just saying. Tell it how it is. Anything else on there? Knobs, cherry amber, oh they are, very nice. Top hats with metal pointers. Natural black speed knobs and metal pointers. Alright, okay, no, there's no black speed knobs on there. Bridge tailpiece, lock tone, 2 pneumatic stop bar, means you don't fall out when you take the strings off, we like that. Hardware, 24k gold it says. Plate, don't say plate does it? Output jack, Epiphone Ebidute non-rotating. I know, well, that must be going to be replaced. Epiphone limited lifetime warranty. Knobs we've done. Controls, bridge volume, we call splitting, neck volume, call splitting, bridge tone, neck tone. Epiphone all metal three-way toggle. Epiphone Pro Bookers pickups we know, 22 medium jumbo frets. Done all that. That's all done. That's all you need to know. Very nice looking guitar. I am going to check the setup. With the old strings on, we're going to put a set of a Diodario 1046s back on there when we restring it later. I'm going to replace the three-way because I've been asked to. I don't even know. I'd have gone myself with Switchcraft, but Switchcraft is 25 quid a piece. At the end I didn't want to spend that. I'm not convinced this is any better than the one I'm taking out, but I've been asked to take that one out. So I'm going to take that one out, put a new one in. I've also got one for his Sheraton as well, so I bought 2 of them, so I'm replacing 2. He's bought 3 guitars in, this bloke. This is the, well, it was going to be the third, but it's now going to be the second because the Sheraton needs all the electrics oiking out the F-hole. And I don't really have time to do that today, so it's put me back. Instead of having his 3 guitars ready for tomorrow, like I was going to, it's going to be Monday or Tuesday now because I'm going out for lunch today. That was already pre-arranged. I might be going somewhere for an haircut and I'm going to church tonight, so I've only got half a day to do today. I've been up since 6 in this workshop. It's now gone 9 and you know, I don't want to be stuck in here all day slaving my guts off, so I'm going to crack on with this. Like I say, I'm just going to check the setup, check everything's okay. If it is, we're going to we're going to get the strings off, we're going to check the frets for level, we should be fine. We're going to replace that 3-way toggle and we'll get it all set up. Any problems, I'll be back with an update shortly. Anyway, stay tuned guys. Okay, one thing I've noticed straight away is this is wire backwards. That could be my fault because I did have a look in there the other day when I first got the guitar and I put it back in, so I probably put that back in the wrong way around. By that I mean this is supposed to be ribbon, but it's the bridge pickup. That's coil split. Same with the neck pickup. Could hardly hear a difference here at all. You can in volume slightly. Not a massive difference here. Let me just have a twang. Yeah, you can hear that. Not a mega difference, but anyway, we have ascertained that the split coils are working. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the guitar in tune. We're going to turn off the amp. We don't need that. We know the electric. Let's just check the electrics while we're here. See if we're going to crackle. No crackle on the parts. I'm not convinced that's faulty. I just think you get that. You just tend to get that on switches. I don't know. I'm going to replace it anyway because I've been asked to. So let's crack on with that. I'm not sure that there's anything we can get rid of. I don't think it's really crackling. It's just switches. Just the way switches are. There must be a better switch to use than this old-fashioned archaic method. There's got to be a it's just got to be a better switch, is what I'm saying. Right, okay. While we're about it, I might as well do this setup. It's a pre-setup setup, so to speak. What I'm going to do is I'm going to check the setup as it is. Always happens when you lay guitars down, they tend to sharpen up a bit. I'm doing this just to test or check the intonation. A little bit short. So we just need to go and slightly lengthen the string itself. So the saddle, we're going to move the saddle towards the strap pin end of the body, away from the neck. Just a couple of turns in, there you go. Perfect. B string. can already tell by looking at this neck, by the way, it needs some oil on that neck. It's really dry. B's okay. G's okay. D's okay. A is okay. We have a little bit of fretboards there somewhere. A is flat. So we're going to bring the saddle toward the neck to shorten that string. I remember it is this: if you're flat on the 12th fret, go left. If you're sharp on the 12th fret, go right. Flat and left are 4 letters. So if you're flat note on the 12th fret, go to the left as you look at it. If you're sharp, go right. Sharp and sharp and right are both 5 letters. It's the way I've always remembered it. Still a little bit flat, so we're going to bring up more towards. There you go. Good. E. Also a little bit flat. Bring that towards the neck just a little bit. About 3 turns should do it. Bit of fretboards there, means the action's too low. Still a tiny bit flat, so wow. Give that little buzz there. Still a little bit flat. Keep going. Make sure that settles with that. There you go, perfect. So we've got the intonation set. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at the neck, and I know the neck's going to have some relief in it because I've not loosened the truss rod. I'm going to do this all in one. Get the right scale length. Have a look there. That's pretty okay. Not enough relief in there. I'd like to go a little bit more relief than that. I know for a fact we are not at my recommended 0.25mm at the 9th fret. I would say we are pretty much under that. I do have a feeler gauge out already. Let's go with 0.25mm there. Oops, today's it. These things happen. Yeah, not enough relief in there, so we'll sort that out later. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly loosen the strings to bring that neck straight. Go this way. Loosening the strings should bring that neck straight, which it almost has. Let's go a bit more. Basically what we're doing is removing the string tension, and the neck will then, where it's pulling up here, it's going to drop back down. Not enough relief in that neck for me. I'd like a little bit more than that. These tuners also want to tighten up. I can see them bobbling about loose. So I would have thought that neck will be more or less perfectly straight now. Just a little bit of tape. Just keep these keep strings out of the way for a minute. Just so I can test the neck properly. So they're taped back out of the way. Perfect. It's level, it's twice that's happened. Not a problem. And we're just going to check frets while we're here. Fret rocker, 4 different lengths, and we can check 3 frets at a time. If we get a high one, it will rock like this. That's high. Let's mark where it's high. I will do up to 5 frets in the price of an intensive setup. So we're looking from there to there. Whole fret, that's 2. Very shoddy when you pay £6,500 for a guitar and you need to get a fret level. Three. We're getting better now. Good news. Last one's a little bit on that side, that doesn't matter. It's the last fret. Okay, so we have 3 frets that need levelling. That is fantastic news. It means we don't have to give a full fret level. That is included in the price. I will do that shortly. 1, 2, 3. We don't need a lot of adjustment. Strings are good. I don't know why I just didn't take strings off. They're coming off anyway. So we're going to bin these strings. There, that's all good. 3 frets to level. Let's just go across again, just so you hopefully you can hear. Fret 2. Yep. Fret 5. All the way across. And fret 8. So 3 frets, really easy to level those. I will come and do one right now, just so you can see. Once that's done, we'll remove the strings. We'll just tape each side of a fret, so we don't dig into the fingerboard with a file. Just 2 files on this one. I'll use a flat file to remove the excess height. And I'll use a crowning file just to re-crown. When it comes to polishing, they're all going to be, all the frets are going to be polished anyway, just with some finest grade steel wool. Show the files I'm going to use just for levelling. This is what I call spot levelling. It's not major work. I'm going to take my Valorbe Swiss made file. Swiss made Valorbe. It does have a perfectly flat edge, being this one. It's a number 4 cut file, so it is super smooth. It's just a matter of this, just checking where we're high. And just filing across the top where we're high. Keep it nice smooth. I'm pretty good at following the gradient or the radius, as you know it. And all I'm going to do is just nice light strokes, just some on this edge here to the centre, but the rest of it is okay. Always clean the file. I'll keep that right there. I can tell by looking how wide that line is across the top of the fret now, how much I've filed, and we don't want to use a lot, and that's it. We have it levelled. Oh, still a little bit there. Just keep going. Still a little bit there. Check one behind, one forward, that's fine. Still a little bit just in this area. We're talking really, really small amounts here, but we have to get it right. There you go. That's beautiful. Now we'll check one back and one forward just to make sure it hasn't altered anything else. It hasn't. So now we've flattened at one fret, number 8. We're going to use a diamond file. It's already got a groove in there to cut the right arc across the top of the fret. We'll just give it a wipe. Diamond this one. Very, very nice file. And what we're going to do is rebuild that crown. I can see tiny bits of metal flying off here. And what we're doing is, where it's flat, we're recrowning that, and we're going to leave about a third to a quarter up to a 1.04 of a millimetre on top as flat, so we're not removing any height. Always clean the file after I go with the diamond one. And you'll see there, that's where it's removed, and we're going to check again. And all we're going to have to do with that fret is polish it back up. That fret is now perfect. So I have 2 more to do. Well, it's a matter of just moving the tape across so I don't dig into the fingerboard. And now working this fret exactly the same as I've just done. I'm going to crack on with that. I'm going to get the 2 done I need to do. One there, one there. And then we'll take the strings off. We'll polish up all the pickups and all the metal. Clean all that up. We'll get the frets polished. Blah, 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 blah. And we'll get the guitar set up. So with the strings off and the pickups taped up and the edge of the body of the guitar, I can spray some lemon oil on the fingerboard. It's not lemon oil as such. It is lemon oil, but it isn't, if you know what I mean. It's mineral oil, especially formulated to clean and treat rosewood and ebony fingerboards and other woods such as Parfero or wherever, I imagine. What I'm going to do is spray some on there, let it all soak in. 15-20 minutes, that will soak in, lift any grime. We'll wipe all that off. It will also treat the wood. And while I'm waiting for that to do its thing, I'm going to polish the frets. So I will pick up my fret guards. Like so, one for each end of the guitar. One from the 11th fret down, one from the 12th fret up, this one being thinner, so you can get it in between the frets. And we use a fret guard like so, just to cover the fingerboard, and we can polish the fret without marking the wood or filing into the wood. I will get me some real good steel wool, extra fine, 0000 grade, if you can see that, it's down there. Finish a bit off. So that for that end. And first we'll just go down the edge, just to bring anything off our bevels there. If any grime stuck on there. And we'll crack on, and there you go. And it's just a matter of taking your steel wool. The reason I cover the pickups is we don't want our steel wool filings going into the pickups. I cover them with Scotch 3M tape. It's 2-inch wide low tack tape. I'll show you in a minute. All we do is when we're polishing these frets, Just go across the top of the frets with the fret guard in place. Polish across the top. That's all we need to do. Just bring off any grime. Something I recommend doing every few months if you're a really, really heavy player, every couple of months I imagine. Or every time you change the strings. Why not? It's often part of the process that gets neglected, this is. And oiling your fingerboard twice a year, at least, at the very least once a year, but once every 6 months is great because it will stop your wood from drying out and splitting later on. Change guard. And this really is all there is to it. As shown earlier, 3 frets have been levelled and recrowned. You'll have a job picking them out now. I know which ones they are, well 2, 5 and 8, but you won't know. And that is it. I've cleaned up the pickups. I've also cleaned up the, I've not done that proper. We could just take a little bit of oil off here and just do a stop top piece. I have done the bridge and the bridge post, and I'm now doing the stop tail piece, and we're going to wipe off all of that tarnishing. It does wipe off, it's just grime. It's not anything nasty or anything that's going to stay. And there you go. And we've polished that up really nice. That's ready to go back on. I've also polished up the truss rod cover. Blah 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 blah. Just little things. So I'm going to let that oil soak in for a few more minutes, and then I can get it all wiped off. We can take the freeway out. We can solder in a new one, and then we can get some strings on the guitar, get it all set up, and get it ready to go back. May have to cut the nut slots a little bit more. I'll check that when I've got the new strings on. So check that later. Right, I'm just now removing the old 3-way switch, and I've got my helping hands just holding the switch there. Luckily there's enough wire inside there for me to pull it right out of the guitar. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to desolder these wires. I can clean the 3-way up later. That's not important right now. What I'm going to do is just get some heat in there. We're going to remove these wires. There you go, that's good. And again, this one's right in the middle. Could be a bit of a bind, this one, to get rid of, but let's have a look, see where we are. Yep, thought it might be. Because the solder is right in the middle. Let's see if I can get it from this side. Very hot iron at the moment, IBIS at 400 degrees centigrade. And there you go, that's those 3 wires off. Fantastic. Now I'm going to try and get some heat and clean up the tip. See, get some good heat in there. Take a few seconds, even at 400 degrees. And there you go. That's everything off. I can drag that old one out of the way. I'll clean that up later. I'll save that one. Okay, so let's protect the guitar. Let's clean up these solder joints here, especially this earth one. Just need to get rid of extra solder. We can try and get the solder to melt in. Either way is fine. That's good. Same with these contacts. I've drawn a little diagram so I know which wire goes where. 400 degrees is far too hot for these little wires. But that is it. They are tinned and ready. They are now ready to fit the new jack. I don't think this is really any different from the Epiphone one. I know the owner says he wants to go with better quality. It's virtually the same piece of kit as the Epiphone. This is the new Alpha one. It's a switch, Works exactly the same way. But anyway, let's crack on. So earth wire first, we'll get some solder on there. I need to get this held properly in. I wonder if I could just do this. May work, may not. It's all about getting good heat in there. I could possibly just, these open ends are okay, but they're not fantastic. Okay, I've got it kind of held. I will put, we're going to be fine, I think. I want to get some good heat in here. I only use leaded solder. I can get that in all at the moment. That's in there, that's good. So, I'm just going to solder this far side. We're just under 400 degrees here, about 380 degrees, a bit of a notch. This is leaded solder. So I want to get some good heat. In there. That's a very good join. Yes, we have a nice join there. So the green one, it's not going to reach. Fantastic. Yeah, we'll reach. So reach. So we're just going to flare this one out just a little, not too much. Not going to need a lot of solder in there. I'm going to drop the heat of a soldering iron to about 330. We don't need 400 degrees in there, I'll tell you that. And we're going to basically in and out with this. Oh, that's a nice solder joint there. That is nice. White one in the middle. Again, I can see why I went in the middle with this one. Oh, we're going to do exactly the same. We're going to pull it through the middle there. We're going to get the red lug out of the way without snapping it, which is always good. Again, I should be wearing my goggles for this. I've just balked, but anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to get some solder in here. Nice big blob in the middle. We have a good join. Oh, it's beautiful. Very good. I think we are done. Looks good to me. Yep, very good. So we have everything soldering there. I'm now going to run some solder on the far side of the earth connection. Back up to 380 degrees, just to make sure we've got a good connection everywhere. And that, my friends, is beautiful. Okay, we've got a nice one there. Just going to put a little bit more on this far side, on this white wire. Never hurts to float a little bit more solder, does it? Now that one's come out. Okay, stick this green one back in. Always a problem when you're working away from yourself. I'm working wrong-handed at the moment. Now I'm happy I've got enough solder on there. That's good. So, put the switch back in, test it. These are all well connected, I believe. That is very good. So I'm going to get that back in, test the electrics, and I'll come back and let you know how we got on. Okay, so with the new three-way in there, working perfectly, no scratching or anything, the coil splits are working fine. I have cleaned off the fingerboard, wiped off all the excess mineral oil. That is really beautifully clean. The frets are polished. I will give the frets one more wipe over. Just right over the top, looking absolutely beautiful. Guitar looks new again. One thing I may have to do, I may have to cut the nut slots a little bit more. Good thing about it is I have some brand new nut slot files that I ordered from Japan. They arrived a couple of days ago, so let's carefully remove the low-tack Scotch 3M tape. I may be able to use some bits of this again for exactly the same job. I'm doing a 335 later. Well, I'm actually doing a Sheraton later. Same owner. To be careful peeling this tape off because I have had it peel paint off before. And it is low tack, it would be loose paint, normally around these binding areas. So what we do is peel it off nice and gentle, like so. It's clean tape, so it's fine to use again later. Just like to use the flat edges. Solder lines staying out. I had to pull the wiring out of a Sheraton later because the wires are dodgy, the coil splits are not working. Anyway, there we are. So it's just a matter now of tidying up all the nuts and bolts, checking the machine head screws on here, clean up the head stop with some mineral oil sprayed over, just wipe that up. We'll tighten every screw, every nut and bolt. And we'll get the bridge and the tailpiece back on and we'll get some new strings on there. Everything is looking fantastic. So, back later. So here we are. The final part of the setup is cutting or recutting the nut slots, and that's because we're a little bit higher than I would like above that first fret. And ideally I would like about 0.25 millimeters between the bottom of the first string and the top of the first fret, which is where it is, and I'd like about 0.4 on the low E or the sixth string. And we are just slightly above that, so what we're going to do is we're just going to take a nut file, and I have a brand new set of nut files here from Japan. Don't know if you can see them, bought these arrived last week, various sizes. And I'm going to use the right one for the string. So for this low E we're going to need a 46. It's just a matter of We're not removing a lot of material, I hope. We should be just about where I need to be. And we're going to drop for the next one, we're going to drop to 0.3, and we just want a little bit of a ring on the 0.3. So that'll be a third. A little bit higher than we like. These files are very, very sharp. 36. Again, just following the angle of the slot. I know we've caught because it's gone flat. So 0.3 on the next one, which should be a 26. Files are really, really good. Don't have a 26, so I'll use a 24. And what I'll do with the 24 is, I'll just ever so slightly angle. Should be a Graphtec nut this, so it should never wear. That's fine. $17, still a little bit high. And this means when we play an F chord or a barred chord on the F on the first fret, we're not going to go sharp. That should be enough. Again, between 0.25 and 0.3 on this one. And a 13. Not a lot here. These should cut the proper semicircle as well, these files. In fact, they do. Let's bang that one there. That's it, beautiful. So all I need to do now is tune it in and the guitar is finished. And here she is, all done. It's a Epiphone Les Paul 100th anniversary model guitar. All fancy knickknacks on this, Grover tuners, gold plate hardware. It's had a setup, it's had a replacement, three-way. I've polished up all of the hardware. Look at the pickups now, no tarnishing on there or on the bridge now. I've checked all the electrics, they're all working fine. Every nut and bolt has been tightened and checked. We have polished the frets, not only we polished the frets, 3 frets needed levelling, so we've levelled and recrowned those. Polished all of the frets, treated the fingerboard with some mineral oil. I've altered the height slightly on the pickups, especially on the neck pickup, it's a little bit high on one side. And I have redone the intonation, set the action, set the neck. Relief in the neck with 9 fret, 0.25 millimeters. The guitar plays like a dream, looks fantastic. It's a really fabulous looking guitar. I've also given it a little bit of a clean, and it looks flipping great. The 3-way switch I've replaced, by the way. I took the Epiphone ones out and I've put in one I bought from, I bought a pair of them from Northwest Guitars. I don't know what brand they are. I'd imagine they are Alpha brand. They normally are Alpha brand, so they're probably made in Korea. From Northwest Guitars, 15 quid for the pair there. What did it cost? £15.26 for the pair. Fantastic 3-way straight toggle switch, gold with black tip. Fantastic. So that is the guitar done. Also restrung it with Diodario 10s, 1046s. Diodarios are my string of choice. Say that, I've just ordered some elixirs, some nano webs, but so far Diodarios are my string of choice. I pay about £5.30 for a set of these, buy them in bulk, and I sell them for £5. So I'm losing money every time I sell a pack of these, but that's okay. So we've got a set of those on there. The guitar is fantastic. So another project finished. Just get it back in its pack because this one's for the same fella. It's got another guitar here. Another project finished. I'm Victor Christian. I'm your fret friend. And just before I go, just remind you about my website, fretfriend.co.uk. That's fretfriend.co.uk. It's not finished yet, that website, but you can go and have a look at it for me, if you will. You can also find out any information you want. Probably the best place to go right now will be Facebook. Facebook.com/NG17. That's Facebook.com/NGONESEVEN. My name is Victor Christian. I'm your fret friend. Until next time, boys and girls, God bless you. Be good to each other, and I'll see you soon.